Ooh, and then we go to phase two correction. Oh, and then phase three correction to the top. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it could be. That's what we're talking about. So all the people are like, when banana, it's the same fucking banana. It's just, it's going to be a bigger banana. And I know you like big bananas. Um, really. Um, so the banana's bigger than you can handle. It's a big banana, and it's gonna go a long way. That's all I can say.
Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Finance. The system has been slowly losing liquidity, and crypto has felt it the most. The US Treasury has taken out about $500 billion. To fill up its general account since the middle of July, this has taken cash out of the markets. But that drop is almost over, and Raoul Pal, CEO of Rewritten, says that this could be a big turning point for Bitcoin and other risky investments. Pal says that markets move with money coming in and out. Now that the Treasury has pulled back, he says that new money could soon start coming in, which could start the next leg up in what he calls phase two of the banana zone. Cryptocurrency prices have been flat for a few months now. Ethereum and Solana have dropped from their recent highs, and Bitcoin has had a hard time breaking out. But Pal thinks this is just a break and not the end of the move. He thinks this situation offers a rare opportunity for investors who are ready to ignore short-term noise. Waiting now could lead to big gains. As money comes back into the market, Bitcoin may be ready for its next big boom.
So that's what we're saying. The other one is when we look at a similarity of that pattern, we kind of see that 2026 is more 2017, and that somewhere contextually there's this extra year. And it feels like it's all to play for. And it's very remarkably similar pattern. Again, we're not looking for this to repeat perfectly. We're giving contextualization that if we go longer, the price is going to go higher than people expect. That's a function of that log regression channel I often show you. And I think that is the most likely outcome. And there'll be somebody on X now saying, yeah, you're going to blow everybody up. We're going to try and do our best. That's all we can do. And you guys have to manage your own risk. We're just trying to do the best we can to help you navigate this. And by our probabilistic standards, we think that it goes well into 2026. And you'll probably have, this says like towards the end of this year, you'd have some sort of correction. Well, can you imagine how many people are going to, if we got a little parabol over 200,000, how many people are going to say it's the top? I'd say 70% of FinTwit or see crypto Twitter. It'll correct. And then if we're right, then it takes off again. Okay, that's unexpected. And this is what's been in my head for a while, is we're going to trap everybody who has PTSD from the last cycle, and everybody who's the 4-year crypto cycle is sacrosanct. That's my guess. I know there's going to be a ton of people arguing about this. That's my best guess. There's also a bunch of discussion about, hey, isn't this a cycle top? No, no, morons, no. The banana zone. Let's go through this again because the general audience of dim-witted ninnies can't seem to understand this. Obviously, the Real Vision people who subscribe to the macro investing tool as part of Real Vision Alpha, realvision.com/join, they know all of this. They sleep like babies at night. The rest of you are spinning out of control, saying, hold my hand, I don't know what's going on, help me. We keep trying to help you. Yeah, listen. We are in an elongated cycle. This box will probably be significantly longer than a previous box. We said phase one of the banana zone, phase one correction. We're still in the early stages of phase two. Phase two is going to take us up here. Maybe that's the 200,000. Maybe it's further. I don't know. We will then have a correction. We saw that in that chart previously. Look, think of this. Oh, look. Could that be phase one correction? Ooh, and then we go to phase two correction. Oh, and then phase three correction to the top. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it could be. That's what we're talking about. So all the people are like, when banana, it's the same fucking banana. It's just, it's going to be a bigger banana. And I know you like big bananas. Um, really. So the banana's bigger than you can handle. It's a big banana, and it's gonna go a long way. That's all I can say. We're still up 670% on the start of that. But no, not your fucking banana. It's because you're the moron with the bag of shit. You need to have quality assets, not the bag of shit. Let me show you the bag of shit chart. So this is others excluding the top 10. We're still miles away from breaking out. And that's because you've got a bad asset allocation. This one, that did fine. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, rock stars. BNB, rockstar. There's all tons of stuff. And I gave you the don't fuck this up thesis. It's all there. So Banana Zone phase two started here, and we're going to get into the acceleration zone of that comes ahead. We'll come into that. But you guys have got to learn patience. You are utterly moronic with the short-term time horizon. Like, where's the banana? Why is my bag not going up? And you're sitting on, I don't know, some useless meme coin that you're hoping is going to save your ass. And it's unlikely to. We've said this, don't fuck this up. Keep it major projects, big, 10% into all the stupid shit. But no, you think, oh, no, I need that 100. I've got to have the 100x. I'm never going to do this. And you actually, what you get is 100% loss, and everything else has gone up 20x. And you're poor. So let's not be poor. Let's unfuck our futures and try and follow the don't fuck this up thesis.
Raoul Pal says that liquidity is the most important factor in markets. It affects over 95% of the NASDAQ's performance and about 90% of Bitcoin's moves. He says that the recent $500 billion loss in the SHSRE was the main reason why crypto trade stopped moving in any direction. Pal thinks a big change is happening now that the Treasury's general account is full again. He says we're now in phase 2 of the banana zone, which is the acceleration phase. This is when rising liquidity could give Bitcoin's progress a second chance and send altcoins up with it.
Here's a lifestyle to support. Other than the sycophant for ETH plus, I don't even understand this, but thank you, Jane. You're so sweet. The right wabbit. This NFT stuff is a load of horse shit. How much are you being paid to pump this crap? Just like the last round, nobody wants a digital idea of real stuff, dude. It's like trying to polarize the metaverse. Owning fine art in real life is already a rich people's circle jerk. This is just a cyber jerk. I don't know who shat in your cornflakes this morning, right, Wabbit? But I hope you have a big spoonful of it. Red Cloud, Chad Thundercock. Dude, stop trying to dupe regular people into buying these worthless NFTs. You have enough money. This is a finite set among infinite sets, zero value. Thank you, Red Cloud. I told you this NFT thing made people quite spicy. I mean, it's art. And if I want to spend money on art, it's good for me. And don't give me that bullshit about right-click save. I can right-click save that. No, you fucking can't, because you can't sell it. And I can sell that piece of art for over $1 million. Raoul is already the villain. That guy is such a boner, my God. Thank you. I'm touched by your generosity of spirit, Jamarion Smiley with Benson Gumble. I'm sure these people actually don't exist. But thank you. I appreciate being your boner. Another one, talking about another piece of art I bought. Raoul, you're out of touch with what art is and what is shit. You still believe, you clown, still believe in JPEG going for $1 million. Dominic Schwarzer, this is disgusting. What a poor take to buy that crap. Awful. I don't know what's wrong with people. It's hilarious. Okay, here's me buying another piece of dye with the most likes art. and talking about how amazing it is and how disturbing the art is and what it represents. Satoshi's Rebellion, Craig Beck. Thank you, Craig. Garbage. I'm sure Die with the most likes will appreciate that comment because he has a good sense of humor. And then here we go. These are the comments we always get. And I need your help on this kind of stuff. This geeky nerd at Rue Cannon. We haven't forgotten Luna. Perhaps you have, but we haven't. When you see a quote about Luna, and you all know by now exactly the truth behind all of that bullshit, just say, hey, listen, fuck off. I'm not rude to people online, but I can rude to people on my show. Just reply, oh, fuck off. Medieval Fox, dude, he's been calling the banana every day for a year now. What kind of king of spot on is that? LOL. Again, just reply, oh, fuck off. All of these when banana morons. And I'll explain why, and we'll show you about the banana stuff. But what I want to explain about the banana stuff, I'm just saying, because I've got notes because I've got so much to get through. The banana stuff drives me mad. And it's this sort of whimpering little dim-witted ninnies who are just wanting instant gratification and don't actually fucking listen to anything I say. So let's just go through just a very quick example of what we've said about the banana zone. And let's see if you can just use your dim-witted little pea brains to somehow understand. When we said in April, we said leg one of the banana zone. I came back from Africa. If you remember, we did the drinks with Raoul, and I said, this is the start of the banana zone. That was August. The banana zone phase one. We then said the liquidity was coming out, and this would be the phase one correction. In April, we very publicly did a flash update and said, banana zone phase two is starting. And we're still in banana zone phase two. In fact, banana zone phase two is going to be so big. This is Sui, right? So since the start of that, some of the mean tweets I've collected, I mean, I literally get thousands of them. So here's good friend, Die with the most likes, one of the greatest artists in the US, and also, top of the pile when it comes to digital artist, NFT artist. So him and I were having a little back and forth, talking about this. He made me, because I bought one of his. I've just bought another one. I think you saw me posted yesterday. And he made this, and he does this for somebody who owns a one of one. He creates a meat character. It's a long story. It's quite a long rabbit hole, but a meat version of your PFP. So he took my punk, made a meat version. And these are other versions of other PFPs. So anyway, I made a comment about something. We were joking around. And as ever, somebody goes, these all look like absolutely shit. So Nick, number, which usually means you're from a bot farm in China. These all look like absolute shit, not absolutely shit. They all look absolute shit. Anyway, you'll learn English one day. I think you have English studies in wherever you live. Okay, so I'm talking about Van Arman. This is a lot of mean NFT tweets seem to be the thing right now, because maybe I wasn't plugging somebody else's coin, but I'm talking about Pindar Van Arman, one of the most incredible, creative kind of nexus of AI and art geniuses in the entire space, talking about stuff. And, it's a glimpse into the future, blah, blah, blah. Lindsay Young, thank you, Lindsay. Garbage is considered good. Just thank you for your input. And then Futumush, doesn't matter how much fancy wine you drink, if you like Oasis, you have bad taste. Which makes me laugh. I mean, I don't know, those of you, I was lucky I went to the New York Oasis gig at the MetLife Stadium. I mean, fucking unbelievable. The scenes from London were even more outrageous, and Cardiff and Dublin. LA was amazing, Chicago, Toronto, and just seeing the scenes from Mexico was even more stupid. That was once in a lifetime gig, and that's the best that they could do. Doesn't matter how much fancy wine you drink. If you like Oasis, you have bad taste. More NFTs. You need an NFT collection. I've explained it to you. To start with, either buy a CryptoPunk. If you can't afford one, buy Crypto Dick Butt. This is me trying to give people the easy entry. Your future self will thank you. Okay, back on holiday mode. Frank, 355994644. Bollocks. I mean, why? I mean, this has clearly got to be bot farms, but why do the bot farms just insult people? Is it like Russian antagonism to just get everybody riled up? Oh, I don't get it. But anyway, thank you, Frank 345555. The wise owl. He lost me when he told people to rotate profits into NFTs. That will do me. And no, my NFTs are up 300% in ETH terms in the last 18 months. So sorry, wise owl. You're a bit of a moron. Jane 1234977. He's a shill for many chains. He lives on a private island with his wife and dogs. Here's a lifestyle support, so he has no reason to be anything other than a sycophant for ETH plus ecosystems. Cardano didn't make him rich. They did, along with stock trading before that. I don't understand a word of this, but I don't live on a private island. Grand Cayman, last time I checked, was had a big airport with lots of people traveling. In fact, we've had a whole parties here for reals. And obviously, I've requested I could be the Sultan of Grand Cayman, but I'll have to stick with being the Sultan of Little Cayman. With his wife, I don't have a wife and dogs. All my dogs are dead.
Raoul Pal's message is clear. Crypto isn't going away. It's starting over. The recent slowdown was caused by a short-term loss of liquidity. Now that that phase is over, new liquidity is on its way. Pal thinks that we are now in the second part of the banana zone, which is the acceleration stage. In this stage, crypto has more room to grow because liquidity is growing and cycles are getting longer. In the past, Bitcoin has been at the front of these moves, and once it stabilizes, altcoins have come in second. This means that there could be big gains over the next 12 to 18 months. Many people will think that pullbacks are signs of weakness, but this phase is meant to reward those who stay true to the basics. Now, investors are paying more attention to liquidity, getting ready for the uptick that usually marks the strongest part of the cycle.